It is your choice to make. I need to tell him.
Every time I look at Lulu, I'm gonna think of Sam.
Feeling guilty is gonna get you nowhere.
I don't know what to do! I will back off the second Michael tells me.
I need to ask you a favor.
General Hospital latest update. Jason's thirst for revenge on Sidwell spirals out of control, forcing Anna to make an impossible choice. Will she arrest her friend for crossing the line? Meanwhile, secrets explode as Sasha's pregnancy stirs chaos, Cody jumps to shocking conclusions, and Carly gets dangerously close to Jack. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Jason's revenge on Sidwell goes awry, Anna forced to arrest him for crossing a line? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, has revenge on the brain now that Anna Devane, Finola Hughes, alerted him to Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rhoda, now living in Port Charles. Jason knows it's no coincidence that Sidwell arrived in town, only for Sonny Corinthos's, Maurice Bernard, penthouse to explode. Jason watched Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, get caught in the crossfire and almost lose his life, and he's not willing to just let it go. General Hospital spoilers. Anna Devane's warning to Jason Morgan. General Hospital spoilers remind fans that Anna warned Jason against taking justice into his own hands. However, Jason is far too outraged to let this all slide. After all, watching his nephew, who has been more like a son to him over the years, go through all the pain he's gone through has been traumatizing for Jason, and there's nothing more cathartic for the hitman than to strike back. But if he does go rogue and attacks Sidwell, could he suffer any repercussions? General Hospital spoilers. Anna Devane would be forced to go by the book. Depending on what Jason does to Sidwell, his plan could hit a snag. Will someone see the course of action Stone Cold takes on Jens? Could Jason get caught in the middle of a criminal activity by a cop or Anna herself? Of course, Devane would have no choice but to go by the book and arrest her friend. If this happens, Jason's worst nightmare of not being there for Danny Morgan, Asher and Tonzis would come true. Going to jail would leave Danny without a mother and father. Plus, as Jason and Sasha Corbin, Sophia Matson, are also dabbling in a romance, this could scare her straight into staying far away from Stone Cold for her own safety, and the safety of her unborn child. The only silver lining in a circumstance like this one is that Jason has Diane Miller, Carolyn Hennessy, as an attorney, who would likely figure out a way to get him off the hook, but that doesn't mean he won't suffer with some chaos and drama along the way. Today's next update. Jason takes matters into his own hands with Sasha, while Cody misinterprets what he saw, and starts telling people. Today on General Hospital, Jason decides to check with Michael about Sasha. Cody misinterprets what he saw between them, and Carly and Jack grow closer. On today's General Hospital, Chase is hitting the punching bag hard at the gym, thinking back to all the baby problems they've been having. Dante shows up and asks his partner if he heard the news. There's been murders at GH and Sam was one of the victims. He fills Chase in on the Digitalis murders, who makes the connection to Dex and Michael. Dante laments to Chase that Sam did nothing but good, and she didn't deserve this. Chase asks how Rocco's doing, but he doesn't know yet. Lulu knows too, and he told her to stop taking risks and messing up her second chance. Sam gave her this gift and now she's gone because of it. I just feel like every time I look at Lulu, I'm gonna think of Sam. General Hospital's Chase looks upset in the gym. Out at the docks, Sasha's so excited to feel the baby kick, and has Jason feel it as Cody watches, upset. He runs off before he can hear her tell Jason she and Michael agreed the baby was hers to raise solo, and she doesn't need his help. He insists he needs to talk to Michael himself. Are you calling me a liar? And tells her she owes Michael. Jason's not saying she's lying, but even if Michael agreed, maybe he asked to see her because he changed his mind. He needs to talk to Michael. Then go talk to him. Sasha yells, then tells him to let Michael know she's thinking of him. Inside, Brooklyn tearfully tells her mom she wishes the problem was her. Chase was devastated. He'll never get to hold his own baby, and he's mourning the life he imagined. She knows what he's feeling because she felt them when she gave her baby up. She wants to tell him so he doesn't feel alone. General Hospital's Brooklyn crying in her room. She's always wanted children, she just wasn't ready. Now she'll never get the chance. She has to be open and honest with her husband, like he is with her. But that means she has to tell the whole truth, that she's got a child, and Dante is the father. And he doesn't even know that it happened. Telling Chase will mean telling Dante, which makes her sick to think of. Lois says Dante knows they were both kids who weren't ready to be a parent. But how can Brooke Lynn tell him that she's been keeping this secret for decades? Alexis gets to the office and Diane immediately notices she's upset. Sam was murdered. Somebody killed my daughter. Diane rushes over to hug her. Alexis wants her daughter back and the grief is so much worse now, knowing this. I'm gutted, and I don't know what to do with these feelings that I have. She picks up a stack of papers and throws them on the floor. General Hospital's Alexis tosses papers on the floor from Diane's desk as Diane watches sadly. Diane wants to say what she needs to hear, but she doesn't know what to say besides she's there for her, no matter what she needs. She offers to have Alexis stay over and have a night watching TV, but Molly and Christina are on their way over. Diane gets a text with Jason to meet over a business matter, and Alexis asks her not to say anything if he doesn't know about Sam. Christina arrives wondering what happened, and is told to wait for Molly. When Molly finally arrives, Alexis sits them down to let them know that Sam was murdered. Both the girls take in the shock. They want to know why, though Christina gets emotional, while Molly treats it like one of her cases. Who would want Sam dead? Molly asks. This is worse than losing Sam. At the Metro Court, Maxie's in disbelief that Sam was murdered. This makes her death even worse. Spinelli's going to be devastated. She asks how Lulu's doing with it. And it's not great. She owes everything to Sam, from her life to caring for Rocco. Maxie tells her that feeling guilty over something she can't control does no good. I love the man Sam was going to marry. I never stopped. Maxie admits she's surprised that Lulu admitted to loving Dante. But she understands, since for Lulu, the night she was going to tell Dante she loved him was like yesterday. Lulu thanks her for understanding, then spots Jason walking in to meet with Diane. Do you think I should tell him about Sam? Maxie doesn't think so. Cody, meanwhile, is throwing a fit in the tack house when Molly walks in and he snaps at her, wondering why she's there. She says he left his paperwork and hands it to him. He snatches it from her, and when she demands to know what his problem is, he flips out at the criminals in the town who get away with everything, while his feet are constantly held to the fire. They go back and forth a bit until Molly says she's there as a favor to Mac, and Cody reluctantly thanks her as she leaves. He then sends a message to Maxie saying he needs to talk ASAP, so she invites him out with her and Lulu. Maxie, meanwhile, suggests Lulu tell Dante how she feels, but she has no idea what to say to a man still grieving his wife. Cody shows up, spots Jason with Diane and sighs, perfect. Then he hops over to Maxie and Lulu, who tries stepping away to give them a moment. Cody offers to go instead, so Maxie makes them both stay. He says he's freaking out. Sasha's pregnant. Maxie makes a face. You knew. Over at their table, Jason tells Diane about Sasha carrying Michael's baby, but tells her it's attorney-client privilege. Diane's flabbergasted. Jason lays out how it happened and Diane bemoans how much more complicated the custody case gets. Jason, though, tells her about Sasha and Michael's agreement that she's supposed to keep away from him with the baby, but he needs to hear it from Michael. And protect him if it's not what he wants. Diane suddenly realizes that this means Robert will have another grandchild. She wants to hear how Jason wants to handle it. She suggests talking to Carly, but Jason says if Sasha's telling the truth, Carly is the last person who needs to know. He's gonna go talk to Michael. Can Diane keep an eye on Sasha and get her whatever she needs? Discreetly. Picking up from yesterday, Jack and Carly are kissing passionately in the hotel room, when she pulls back and says she needs a minute. He apologizes for misinterpreting, but she says he didn't. She just doesn't want to get caught up in the moment. He says he didn't come to sleep with her, and takes her up to the roof that's set up with chairs, champagne, and a fire pit. Carly's thrilled. He toasts to her changing her mind and showing up. After some hesitation, Carly asks why Valentine, the man Brennan has been helping, would want to kill him. She thought they were friends. Jack says he was a friend, and a good one, but after tonight, he's not protecting him anymore. Valentine assumed trying to take him out was on Jack's orders, because Val knows he's that ruthless. He wasn't at that point before, but he is now. Carly wants to know why he's protecting Valentine, and when Jack says it's a complicated story, she tells him to order more champagne. He tells her about how he wanted to rise through the ranks in the WSB, and an alliance with Valentine was the smart thing to do. They complemented each other, his charm and Val's drive. Jack saw Valentine as an outsider, and they both needed each other. They became true friends. Until that friend tried to kill me. In the show's final moments, Diane promises to keep an eye on Sasha, but to let her know when Jason gets clarity from Michael. If he wants to be a part of the child's life, she'll fight for it, but he had plenty of time to tell her about this, and since he didn't, it sounds like Sasha's right. Jason isn't sure. At the other table, Maxie admits to Cody she knew, but it wasn't on her to tell. He won't admit how he found out, but he's worried about the deadbeat dad. Maxie says Sasha didn't want the father known, and Cody gripes that it was all to protect this guy as Jason walks to the elevator. He surprises both ladies when he claims Jason is the father. Out at the docks, Sasha promises her baby she'll always be there, and they can do it on their own. Brooklyn wants to know why her mom isn't saying anything. This is too big, Lois says, and she doesn't want to influence her decision. But she's there for her daughter. It's not an easy choice, but it's Brooklyn's and only hers. That's when she decides she needs to tell Chase. Dante thanks Chase for listening, then asks what's going on. He can tell something's wrong. Chase just says he'll talk about it when he's ready. Alexis lays out that they're going to keep this from Scout because she's too young, and hold off on telling Danny until they know more. She'll talk to Anna to try to keep it out of the press. They need to stay strong and united. For the kids. Davis women unite. Carly says she admires Brennan's loyalty in protecting Valentine all these years. She likes to think she's loyal too. Jack, though, says she's a good person, unlike him. Carly tells him he's the guy who's done awesome things for her over and over again, while expecting nothing. There is something in it, that he's been fighting for a while. But he's all out of fight. They lean in and kiss again. Thanks for watching this videos, please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.